welcome back to La Marzocco's Coffee Encounters. Coffee Encounters is a show revolving around coffee, food, lifestyle, the company's history, together with live demos and much more. This new format is presented by La Marzocco Home in collaboration with Accademia del Caffè Espresso and streamed once a month on our YouTube channel. During the fourth episode, let us introduce you to the team from La Marzocco Home UK. From the London showroom, they'll show you how to create zero-waste coffee cocktails at home from used coffee grounds and give you an insight into how coffee and cycling work together to create community. Also, do you want to know the latest recipes from a Michelin-starred chef? This is only a taste. So stay with us today, relax, and enjoy venturing once again in the fascinating world of coffee.
Hi, I'm Silvia and I'm here to talk a little bit about the history of the company. Today I would like to talk about our logo. Sometimes people ask me if La Marzocco is the surname of the founders. Actually, the Marzocco is the symbol of the city of Florence and is the statue that you can see here. The Marzocco is an important symbol of the city, and mainly it was the symbol of the ancient Florentine Republic. Florence was born as a small village found by a Roman soldier, and they dedicated that village to their god, that was the god Mars. Then the village became a city. The city became a Christian city, and so that divinity Mars protecting the city was embodied into a figure of a lion. So the name Marzocco is coming from Latin, from Mars. And it became really important during the Republic because it was also representative of the strength and the power of the Florentine Republic. The statue that we have here is the copy of the famous Donatello statue. The ancient Florentine Republic was using the statue of the Marzocco as a symbol of their power, so they used to put the statue in the main square of the city they conquered. The Bambi brothers, the two founders of La Marzocco, decided to take this symbol as symbol of their company for different reasons. One for sure was that they were proud Florentine people and they wanted to have something that reminded of their city. Then was also because they were hoping to conquer different coffee shops and placing little Marzocco everywhere. So it was a sort of hoping to be successful in this market. Then we have a third reason that is not so well known. The company was founded in 1927, when in Italy we had the fascist regime, and people were not so free to speak their political opinions. For the Bambi brothers, choosing a symbol of the Florentine Republic was an important symbol to underline their freedom of speech and to underline they were not aligned with the regime and they were hoping for a republic. For Piero, it was extremely important to maintain the logo of the company because it was the symbol of the strength and the freedom of his family. We are really proud to have this symbol on our boxes and to share this symbol all over the world with our machines. And we are really glad that we could share the meaning of this symbol with you. Thank you.
Hey, it's Dan from La Marzocco UK and Ireland, and as part of Coffee Encounters today, we are with the team from Off the Street at Hay Coffee's Roastery in Elephant and Castle, talking more about the connections between cycling and coffee, and also the community that is built within there. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to the team and have a bit of a chat about all things Off the Streets. Grand, so Jake, do you want to explain to us what Off the Streets is?
So Off the Streets is a new innovative race series that brings two different cycling cultures into one location for a whole day of fun, competitive races, and just a great time.
For me personally, it's a combination of 6 years of traveling the world racing, doing different types of events, and then bringing mates together who all have shared similar experiences to create a race series that is like no other, really.
It's a celebration of cycling, bringing cycling with art, with music.
So how's Off the Streets grown in the past year though? Because you just did race 3, right?
So I think Off the Streets has really matured in the past year, in the sense we have not stopped working. We're meeting week in, week out, coming up with new ideas, plans, how to make this work. It is now at a point where it feels really professional, and all the riders are kind of really understanding racing, especially from my scene, the wheelie scene, where it's the first ever wheelie race in the world.
We're obviously doing this to create something special, but we're doing this to create something special for people as well, and create a platform and a pathway. And yeah, it was a really special thing. We had music, we had the coffee obviously, and we had food on the day, and it was just an amazing day. No rain.
Yeah,
it's great.
The atmosphere must be amazing because there's so much pent-up passion waiting to be released.
I was running the racing on the day, so I mean I didn't really have a chance to mingle with people, but on the start lines everybody had a smile on their face.
Yeah,
and that was special.
It was a very steep learning curve for us, but it was really worth it.
Yeah.
Once we'd all kind of collectively took a breath on the day. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and from our perspective, I guess we're kind of a bit like coffee. I'm kind of addicted now. To the whole process. Of putting on an event. It's like I'm getting as much sort of satisfaction from putting on an event as I was when I was competing quite seriously. So it's nice to be able to transfer that energy.
And in your opinion, how's coffee helped drive that forward then over the past year or so?
I think coffee helped drive it forward because the love of bikes and coffee go so hand in hand. You know, the hot drink is, you feel chilled when you're drinking a coffee, but it also gives you that boost to go and then ride after. Who doesn't love coffee nowadays? So coffee, it brings people together the same way bikes do, in the sense that you all go to the place, you get coffee together, you drink it together the same way, you then get on your bike, you ride together.
I think coffee has enabled us to get the support to push it along. And I mean, people like La Marzocco coming in right from the start, no question, supporting us and giving us all of that support and belief, really spurred us along. And you know, sometimes when it was difficult, some of the planning stages were hard, coming out of COVID has been difficult, but with really fantastic support, and you know, that level of support from good companies like yourselves and Compass Group has really enabled us to say we're on the right track.
And then obviously it's the race, but there's also the career opportunities that are there within coffee, within hospitality, within cycling as well. If there's anybody watching who's really wanting to apply their own passion into something that's rooted within social enterprise, have you got any words of advice?
Well, we were really new to this.
Yeah.
No idea what would happen. And again, it was the level of support that's really encouraging. So my advice would be just go for it. I'd say that, you know, if you have a dream, if you have an ambition or a plan, there'll be people out there to back you, because I've only found backers and supporters all the way along. Really special stuff. But yeah, my overriding thing would be just do it, because the support is out there. People are going to encourage you. They're going to want you to succeed, which is amazing. I suppose that's the whole point of the social enterprise. It's not just I'm in it for myself, I'm in it for everyone, and therefore everyone's in it for you.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
And a lot of these partnerships, or even the planning and preparation in driving Off the Streets forward, has all been done over a cup of coffee.
Absolutely.
So it's been a nice central thing as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
The future's really, really bright. Yeah,
absolutely.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us here today for Coffee Encounters. My name is Ruth. I'm the La Marzocco Home Coordinator here in the UK and Ireland, and we are coming to you live from our London showroom where we're going to be going through some zero waste coffee cocktails with the wonderful Sam from Discarded Spirits. Sam, do you want to tell us a little bit more about who you are and what you do?
Amazing, thank you Ruth. So my name is Sam, I'm the Global Brand Ambassador for Discarded Spirits Co. We're a sustainable spirit portfolio, and our entire ethos is trash to treasure. So taking things you'd normally throw away and turn them into really amazing liquids.
Something that's so important these days.
It's so important, right? So much stuff just ends up in the bin, in landfills. We want to put a stop to that. Our mission is to reverse needless waste in the food and drink industry. So the first thing we're going to do today is show you how to make an amazing zero waste coffee liqueur. At Discarded, we're all about reusing things creatively, and coffee grounds are synonymous with waste. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some used coffee grounds, we're gonna take some sugar, and mix them together. Now you want equal parts, so we're gonna use 250 grams of each. And what you'll see is that the sugar pulls out all of the moisture and all of the oils from the coffee. So you've done an awesome job of mixing that up. Now you need to leave it overnight, covered.
Okay.
I've actually got some that we've done, and as you can see, it's almost like a brownie mix.
Yeah.
Now what we're gonna do is add 250 milliliters or grams of boiling water. And I give that a good old stir and make sure it's nice and mixed up. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna pour this into here to filter it and leave it overnight. Through the magic of TV, here's some I made earlier. So this is the coffee syrup
Nice.
that's been dripping overnight. And now we're gonna add some vodka
Okay.
and get the party started.
Amazing.
So we've got 250 mils in here, so we're gonna add 250 mils of vodka. Equal parts, super simple. This is gonna give us a 20% coffee liqueur. Now this is our latest product. This is a Chardonnay vodka. We've distilled waste from the winemaking industry to make the vodka, and we've lightly scented it with the essence of dealcoholized wine. When you dealcoholize wine, a lot of the flavor is left in the alcohol, and sometimes this just gets hand sanitized or thrown away. It's
Okay.
such a waste because there's so much lovely flavor in there. And this makes just the best zero waste coffee liqueur. We're now going to use this in a drink.
Amazing.
We're going to make, because it's Friday, an espresso martini.
The absolute classic
Exactly.
coffee cocktail.
Super simple. So, if you wouldn't mind making me an espresso shot.
Of course.
Fantastic. So, first off, 30 ml of the discarded Chardonnay vodka. We're going to use 20 ml of the sweet Cascara vermouth. Cascara is the fruit of the coffee cherry, so that's what's normally thrown away.
Of course.
We're going to use 25 ml of our zero waste coffee liqueur. And then we're going to use 25 ml of espresso.
Here we go.
So I'm just going to pour this into the jug.
Perfect.
There we go. And then 25 ml of espresso. I'm going to put 3/4 full of ice.
Okay.
And then you want to shake it really hard. So,
Any tips for cocktail makers at home?
yes, both hands. Now you can shake up and down. You can shake side to side. You have to do it with feeling. None of this.
No, we
right?
need energy.
Energy, and if you're
Yeah.
pulling a stupid face, you're probably doing it right. Feel that?
Oh, very cold.
Yeah, and
Is
so
that
what-
how you know when it's done?
Exactly. When
Okay.
it's starting to get difficult to hold, that is what we're going to do. While I'm doing this, can you grind me a little bit of ground coffee?
Of course, of course.
And so we're just going to double strain this into the coupe. Oh, look at that. It's that
Beaut.
rich, creamy.
Almost everywhere you go, you'd just find a couple of coffee beans on top of an espresso martini. It's what it's known for, but Sam is mixing it up today, doing something a little bit original.
You have a taste. The moment of truth. So we've got our discarded Chardonnay vodka, our discarded Cascara vermouth, zero waste coffee liqueur that we made ourselves. How is it?
I love it. It's
so
delicious.
good. And obviously, like, your own zero waste coffee liqueur as an ingredient, that's just fantastic.
The biggest claim to fame. You're there to impress at a dinner party.
Exactly. Guys, I made my own zero waste coffee liqueur. Is about as good as it gets when you're trying to impress.
Cocktail number 2. What are we calling this one?
So this one is the Cascara Cobbler.
Ooh.
So we're going to start off with 50 mils of the sweet Cascara vermouth.
And now this was Discarded's first zero waste drink, wasn't it?
Yes, this was our first thing, made from sort of waste sherry that we used to condition whiskey barrels, and also Cascara, which billions of tons get thrown away. I think it's about 20 billion tons every year. What's really cool is we've got this lovely new packaging, as you can see, that is 100% recyclable. So you're going to give that a smash up for me.
Amazing. So this is just kind of like leftover fruit?
Yeah, so in bars, what happens is you'll have your pre-prepped citrus and all of that sort of stuff. After a few days, it just doesn't look as good as it used to, and often it will get thrown away. This is an amazing way to just put it all together, muddle it up, and then you're good to go. And then we're going to add some filter coffee.
Nice. So this is some filter coffee which I made earlier using the Swift Mini as the grinder. While it doses, temps, and grinds, all for espresso, you can also switch it over and grind for coarser grind sizes like V60 or Chemex or Cafetiere.
Same as before, shaking rules. Real hard, real fast till it's nice and cold, and
Do a silly face.
and just look at that colour.
Super nice and summery.
We're going to top it up with soda and we're going to garnish it in the most extra way that we possibly can. Oh yeah, look at those bubbles. Gonna give that a stir.
Give it a nice mix around.
And then I'm gonna hand you some stuff to get garnishing.
Move over pins. This is what's up.
This is the drink of the summer. You heard it here first.
Beautiful.
Now tell me what you think.
Delicious.
It's so good, right?
It's just so nice and light. I'm a big fan.
No, the coffee comes through really nice. It's lovely to have a coffee cocktail that's not brown.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of that. And like the vermouth, it's low ABV, so it's not super strong, and it's just pure refreshing. So we've got 2 amazing cocktails using discarded spirits. Awesome zero waste coffee liqueur that you guys can make at home so easily. For more recipes and zero waste ideas, please discover more at www.discardedspirits.com or @discarded on Instagram. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for joining us today,
Thanks so much,
Sam,
man.
and thank you to everybody that's been watching.
Thanks, guys.
Hopefully you recreate some of these drinks at home, and remember to tag us on Instagram, and we can't wait to see you back here soon.
Amazing.
Cheers!
Cheers. Happy Friday.
Hi, I'm Edo from La Marzocco After Sales Department, and today I'm here to talk about the IoT functionalities of the Linea Mini. Since November 2019, all Linea Minis and GS3s are equipped with all the necessary technology to connect to the internet. And if you add up the Home app to the picture, you have all the necessary tools to do that. First of all, you're going to need your mobile phone with the Home app installed on it. Access your Home app account. Once you have logged in, the app will automatically start looking for your machine. And if your machine is set on Bluetooth mode, it should appear straight away on your screen. Otherwise, you can just select your machine model and follow the necessary step to do that. Switch your machine off. Move the brewing paddle to the left-hand side and switch the machine back on. Wait a couple of seconds with the brewing paddle in that position, then move it back to the right. Your machine is now discoverable from the app, and it will appear after the app finishes the search. Click on your machine. Your phone will require you to confirm the Bluetooth pairing. And once you've done that, just enter your own Wi-Fi credential. Allow the app to save all the configuration to your machine, and once it has done that, your machine will be connected. With the Home app, you have the full control over your machine. You can set it in standby, for example, by accessing the status menu. You can navigate through the settings where you can find all useful information regarding your machine, the coffee boiler temperature, the pre-brewing settings, and the auto standby mode. This mode is very important because it will allow your machine to automatically go in standby after the last coffee you brew. Also, the app will allow you to have a weekly schedule. So just imagine the first thing in the morning as soon as you wake up and your machine is ready to brew your special coffee. And to do that, you can just set it on from the Home app itself. The Home app has also a tutorial section where you will be able to find all the necessary information to prepare a perfect cappuccino or have fun with the latte art. It also has the news section to be always updated regarding the latest news of the coffee community. And in case of problems, you will be able to find also the FAQ section where all the most common problems are described. In case you have problem connecting your machine to the internet, you can always contact La Marzocco support by the app itself. Just enter the user menu and hit the icon Report a Problem. The app will automatically redirect you to your email provider, and so you can write us an email describing the issue you are facing. Our team will be happy to help you sort it out.
welcome in the brewing lab. Today we will do a siphon together. Siphon is fascinating because it's like a small ceremony. So I will do some preparations. First I'm going to prepare some water. Of course I'm using filtered water. I'm weighing the water, but you can also use indications on the siphon from outside. I'm aiming 300 milliliters of water. I'm using a little bit higher dose of 24 grams. So I have my water. So this is the preparation number one. I'm using preheated water because I want to make the whole process a little bit faster. I start my heat source. This one is a very innovative or progressed one, so you don't have to have it at home to make a siphon. You can also use a more analog one. I put it on full power, and meanwhile I'm preparing my paper filter. Siphons come with different kind of filters, and each of the filters again is bringing its own taste characteristics. I'm fancying most the paper one-way one because it's resulting in a very clean and balanced taste. So we implement the filter here, we have the small chain here, and then make sure it's sitting exactly in the middle, and we push it on the top. How this works, it looks super fancy. You can even use it not just for coffee but also for tea, or chefs use it in the kitchen. And it's a very easy system. So what is happening now? The heat source is heating up the water. As you have a closed systems down here, you have steam because it's linked with the temperature, and the steam is pushing up the water in the upper chamber. If you want to speed up the process of having the water faster in the upper chamber, you can cover it with a lid. So it's happening a little bit faster. So now I'm waiting until the water will be in the upper chamber. You see these bubbles coming up. Is not like, as you see in the upper one, is not boiling. This is just the process of we have the chain inside. The water is going up better. You have the formation of steam, and here the water is rising and rising. You will never reach the stadium that all the water will go up because it's impossible and you would destroy the vacuum. So now we open it because we need to insert the coffee. The water here in the upper chamber, once it's went up, is around 89 to 91 degrees. More long I leave it, more higher the temperature. So what we do now is I start the timer, which you don't see, but it's here on my side, and I insert all the coffee. And I only stir it in, so I make sure that all of the coffee is in touch with the water. And that's it. I clean my spoon, and now I let it like this for 80 seconds, which is like the infusion time. This also is a good method if you want to introduce people to filter coffee, because many people don't really feel attracted by filter coffee, but as soon as you combine it with beautiful visuals, it's way easier. So it's like an eye catcher, and people have also a story to tell. So the coffee steep, we let the coffee steep for 80 seconds, then I switch off the heat source and I give it some stirs. Put away this one, and I take it away from the heat source and cool it with a wet cloth, simply to make the process of the filtration a little bit faster. Once you have the bubbles on the bottom, this is the sign that we can remove the upper part. And as I said, we decant it, so we have a faster cooling process and you can drink the coffee faster. There you go. So I hope you enjoyed this small excursion with the siphon, and see you next time.
Hello, I'm Dan Harvey, Marketing Manager for La Marzocco UK and Ireland, and thank you for joining us for the Literary Corner as part of Coffee Encounters Episode 4. Now today I'm really honoured to be bringing a book to you that I've loved reading called The Cycling Chef by a good friend of ours at Lamazocca Home, Alan Murchison. This book is published by Bloomsbury and is Alan's first published book, and really delighted to be showcasing this today. The Cycling Chef is a must-have book for anybody who is in professional sports, but predominantly cycling, which is where Alan really gets to flex his skills these days. Before that, Alan worked as a Michelin star chef in Michelin star restaurants for over 25 years, and now works predominantly with British Cycling to create nutritional plans and meal advice for the professional cyclists and team members. But it's not just for cycling. If you're invested in any sports or anything within the fitness realm, then this book is perfect for you, because it really deep dives into the way that we should compile our meal plans in order to just live a healthier, more active life. Alan's not just a chef, he also has flexed his muscles before in the sporting realm and is a national level cycling championship as well as a long time endurance runner. So he's been able to traverse both worlds of food and performance to come together to create this beautiful book for us today. The Cycling Chef is a great book to invest in because it has over 65 mouth-watering recipes and things that suit all of us. So whether you're vegan, gluten-free, whether you like decadence when it comes to meat in your meals, it really does have everything, but all done with a great structure and advice as to how to compile that together to be able to be just better on the sports field. Alan has made sure that all the recipes in this book are quick and easy to recreate, and the ingredients listed down, well, they're not out of the ordinary. You should be able to find them at your local supermarket, making sure that you can recreate the recipes at your own time at home at your own leisure. We've known Alan since just before he released The Cycling Chef and have been really honoured and proud of him to see this go into good bookstores and online retailers as well. But prior to him releasing The Cycling Chef, we knew him as a Lamazocca Home user. So like a lot of you watching, he has a Linea Mini and Luxfee at home, and he uses that in his own time for his own leisure, but also uses coffee as another ingredient in some of the recipes that you will find in The Cycling Chef. We've been honoured to be able to see Alan travel the world over the past year or so as well, when a lot of us have been stuck at home, as he's travelling with a lot of professional cycling teams to bring premium nutritional sports plans to their training, whether that's in Spain or in England. The Cycling Chef's a really good recipe book to get even if you're not into sports and performance, just because the recipes in there are absolutely stunning. And as I said, Alan, Michelin star chef, some good expertise to call on if you want to create some really good food at home. However, if you are coming at it from a performance perspective, the book's broken down into some really good sections to help you apply those recipes to wherever you are within the training year. So the book is split into 6 different sections, and these include off-season, comforting winter warmers, pre-season, lower carbs for body composition and getting back on track, soft pedaling days, lower on energy, still high on taste, pre-race, easy to digest, high energy and high carb, medium days, balanced middle of the pack meals, and of course hard days, fuel in the machine. On top of those recipes that relate to those different stages within the training year, there's some really helpful tools and tips to help you get your head around how food really plays a key part when it comes to performance. And there's some areas that I wanted to highlight because it definitely helped my knowledge when it comes to thinking of nutritional food plans as well. Now, there's 3 different sections I wanted to highlight, and one of them that I really love is the power to weight chart. Now, the power to weight chart illustrates the impact of changes to body weight and cycling performance, and helps you select recipes that will help you discover your optimal weight based on your desired performance as well. So how fast and how hard you want to go, that will really impact the way that you're putting together your meals too. Another section that I love is Eat Less, Ride More, just here. And that's a section breaking down the 3 main food types, also known as macronutrients, that may sound familiar: carbs, proteins, and fats. And essentially, it's just showcasing how those different food groups come into play when putting together a nutritional plan. The other part I love is the meal planner. Now, this is the bit that I would really struggle with, and Alan's been fantastic at putting together a meal plan for us. So if you wanted to get your head around with where do the meals best fit within the day, then this is a fantastic book to do that, and also gives you the reasonings and methodology behind putting together a meal plan like that. Now, I may not need to give this little bit of background information, but for those not in the know, cycling and coffee just go together so well. Not just to do with the performance side of caffeine, but also that community aspect as well. I know from working with Lamazocca Home that we're affiliated with lots of different cycling personalities and sporting teams. And that's because coffee is just a really great conversation starter, but brings people together over something collective, something that we have a shared passion for. And cycling must be the sporting realm where that really comes to life more than anywhere else. Now, we sponsored BMX teams such as the Gehrig Twins. We sponsored bike teams such as Nouveau York. We're currently sponsoring social enterprises like Off the Streets, which you saw earlier in Coffee Encounters. So cycling and coffee really is this beautiful world that just marries together so well. And I think the Cycling Chef is perfect because we're able to bring together sports, food and coffee all together. And I'm delighted to be able to go through this book with you today. Now, it wouldn't be Coffee Encounters without the mention of coffee in the Cycling Chef. So within the Cycling Chef, there's some recipes that include coffee, and one that me and Ruth can't wait to recreate is the chickpea mocha brownies. Really sweet, really tasty from the looks of things and from the sound of things as well. And all the ingredients are dead simple to get at your local supermarket. Nothing too out of the ordinary, including chickpeas, medjool dates, crunchy peanut butter, but most importantly, really tasty coffee too. And that again is going to help have a slow release of energy and caffeine, which is going to help with any sports performance too. Now, beyond the Cycling Chef, we've been really honoured to work with Alan over the past 6 months or so, and he's recreated some other fantastic recipes for us that have coffee as a base. You can also jump online to find these too, or stay in touch with any of the La Marzocco home team, and we can share some of the recipes that include coffee that Alan has compiled for us. The Cycling Chef is available in English, Spanish, German and Dutch, and I'm sure due to its popularity will be translated into many other languages in no time at all. Just to round things off and really cement why the Cycling Chef is a great investment for food at home, I want to end with a quote from Tom Kerridge, renowned UK chef. Now, he says of the Cycling Chef, and Alan in particular, that he can't think of a finer chef to have written a book on nutrition and diet for athletes. His drive and commitment to culinary precision is matched only by his passion and expertise. And we can vouch for that. This is a fantastic book for food, coffee, and performance. Thank you very much.